Still forgetting some in.
Fucking hell.
Do.
Yeah, a bit of elevator music. There we go.
There it is.
Yay. Yay for the gays. Hello there. Welcome to a new episode of the Poo Finger Podcast with me, Wayne Cooper, and Mr. Lee Neal.
Hello.
And a man who thinks gluing his pubes to his face is the same as growing a beard. It's Campaign.
Hello.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Wolves, grey ones, bold ones, sit down to feed.
Poo Finger Podcast.
There's Skip and there's Wayne and there is Mr. Lee.
Poo Finger Podcast.
Men talking nonsense is something you wish.
Poo Finger Podcast.
Listen right now, to here come talking fish.
Poo Finger Podcast.
Poo Finger Podcast. Poo Finger Podcast. Poo Finger Podcast. Poo Finger Podcast.
The greatest shit that has ever existed. Well, you better agree or else you're gonna get fisted.
Before you... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that was another thing. Not to go back into all this, but what we were talking about before we started recording tonight, that was another thing that was on my list of things that are a bit shit, because this is like one of the few things I do as a hobby sort of thing now, and I do enjoy it. But of course, I start enjoying it whenever. Lose my fucking voice. So, yeah.
You'll get your voice back. I know that it's a struggle, but just stop visiting bridges. Because...
not Kevin Bridges. It looks like it's spotting out.
No, all the hobo comes it's not good for you, man.
Okay, no worries.
Hepatitis is forever. So, we have the greatest television presenter / personality of all time this week. Seeing as last week, we had the worst of all time. I think going forward, we shall be making amalgamations of the two and do a great and a worst in the same episode. But yeah, so the greatest television presenter of all time. Can we have a dice roll, please?
You forget one very important thing.
The assignment of numbers to a person. Okay. 2, 3, 1.
Okay.
4 and 5, roll again.
4 and 5 on a four-sided die. No worries, right. Rolling. Number 1.
Ooh! Who was that?
You.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
So me. See, I do this every week, and it's getting a bit annoying to me, as I'm sure it's annoying to everyone else. But I have two that I can't decide on.
Here we go. I'll tell you what, I've got a D2, so
but I think I have a way of deciding.
Okay.
Because one of them is an actual TV presenter. However, both of them are characters.
Right.
Oh, that's interesting.
One of them, I know that he's presented regular television as this character, but not as a regular thing, just kind of like a guest thing, like a special, like Red Nose Day and all that kind of business. But most of his presenting has been in a comedy production, which is Alan Partridge.
All right, yeah.
So obviously he had like Know Me, Knowing You, and like, because he's been on the TV for like 30 years now.
Yeah.
And such a brilliant character. Alan Partridge is just one. How do you describe it?
Yeah.
Quotable, hilarious. Just anything he's on makes me smile. Whenever I see him in Steve Coogan in character as Alan Partridge, I'm smiling. Like, it doesn't matter. But I don't think he counts because he's mostly fictional presenting. So have you seen his recent series where it's like a spoof of The One Show?
Yeah, I've seen it a little bit.
No, I've not seen it.
It's really good.
Is that one where he also plays an Irish guy by any chance?
I think so.
Who starts like being all pro-IRA?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And but it's more like the funny bits in like when the adverts or the segments are playing and it's like they're on the set, like and the shit's going on. Really funny. So that leaves me with my one choice, which is also a character, Keith Lemon.
Right.
Good shout.
Again, anything he's on makes me laugh. Like Celebrity Juice is fucking hilarious consistently.
So
everyone, like,
And
nobody
the
gets
filth he
offended
gets
by
away
him.
with
Yeah,
on
like,
that show. He's got fucking Holly Willoughby funneling some dude's dick in a box like that she can't see and stuff.
he
like,
gets away with some outrageous shit.
yeah.
And
He made
it seems
Fern
like,
gargle milk, and he was like, "Oh, the teenage boys will be happy now."
See, our mutual friend knows him quite well, Lee Francis, the guy that plays Keith Lemon, and he says he's just like one of the nicest guys, like just such a funny, naturally funny, nice guy. But as Keith Lemon, like, because I'm hopefully going to be meeting him soon. Ooh. In a formal event, in a formal setting, sorry. So but I kind of want to meet Keith Lemon instead of Lee Francis. Although I'm sure he's just as awesome, if not more. But
he won't have his cast on.
Yeah, that's the thing. He won't have the cast on. He won't have a giant hat on. He's not going to be wearing outlandish clothing. But he's still going to be funny. But like, yeah, Keith Lemon. Just like how he's got that really thick northern accent and everything. Like, I don't know. There's just something about him. You can't get upset at him, and like it doesn't seem like he's the kind of person that can get cancelled, even though he does fully cancelable stuff. Yeah, if he was a dickhead, and he was doing the things he does, then he wouldn't have lasted as long as he has on TV. Yeah. But I think the fact that he's a genuinely nice guy and it is all in jest, he's hands down my favourite TV presenter.
No, I would be upset if something come out about him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We don't want that.
No.
Please, Keith. But
at the same time, like, if you think about it, obviously, like, Keith Lemon's character is that he is an absolute sex pest and he stalks people. That was the thing, wasn't it? Yeah. That's why it says, was it see through the window and stuff when he signs off? Because like that, I remember that's how the character started, wasn't it? It was meant to just be obsessed with celebrities and he just stalks them all. So it's kind of like, and the irony is that there's no fucking stories or anything about them, you know, in the personal life and stuff. There's nothing about them being like pests and fucking flashing people and whatever. But yeah, they play, as you said, one of the most vulgar characters on TV.
He is, like, especially when he first came out as well, when he first started getting really popular, like the stuff he gets away with. And like, have you ever seen him appear on like This Morning and stuff like that?
Yeah,
like, in the daytime.
He pushes the boundaries, doesn't it?
So for people that aren't from the UK, This Morning is a long-running early morning talk show, guest show type thing. It's just like all nice, light-hearted stuff. I'm sure they have a lot of them in America as well, differing by state. But it's one of them things. The two presenters on it are like national treasures. Holly Willoughby.
Well, one of them not so much anymore.
Yeah, there's been
it turns out it's a nonce.
Been some some scandalous activities going on recently. But and Keith Lemon, the most vulgar man on television, going on to these morning shows and being himself, but with getting away with being, because he's so clever as well, so quick. He keeps everything PG, but kind of not at the same time. It's like it's passable for all the
higher ups. It
passes all their standards, but it's still a little bit close to the bone.
Yeah.
Genius.
They literally just squeak past the line, don't they? Without getting in trouble.
Just going back to your Partridge one though, I do admit, although I've seen a couple of Steve Coogan's characters, I still think Partridge is definitely the best. But have you seen all the other little bits about him? Like, I think it's called iPartridge app. Not as in iPartridge
I love
book.
it. Yeah, I remember when that came out. I loved it.
Yeah, it scans your media library, like a couple of songs here and there, it will know, like, and Partridge will introduce them like a DJ thing. He'll do like his own DJ slot in there.
So you play your playlist, but it's his radio show.
Yeah.
So he'll come in with like nuggets of daft trivia and things like that in between. It's so good.
Yeah.
He's a genius.
But the commitment to that character as well, like when he records the audio book for his biography on the character.
I think the first
he writes a biography as the character, and then he record the audiobook as the character reading this book.
Just to go on to that, because I've
Partridge.
got the book. Yeah, I was going to say, we're not related to the app in any way. Yeah, I've got the book and the audiobook, and you're right, it is read entirely in character as him.
It's like 6.5 hours of Steve Coogan being Alan Partridge.
That's partially because in the book, you'll notice as you go through, like, you'll get like little footnotes and stuff, and they'll say, at this point, play Rumours by Fleetwood Mac and stuff like that. And if you listen to the audiobook, it actually has those little segments in it. Like, not all of it, just like obviously because they're copyright, it'll have like, let's say, 20 seconds or whatever you allowed of it in. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
So fictional presenter, Alan Partridge, actual presenter, but still a character, Keith Lemon for me.
Yeah, fair play.
So roll that die. Right, let's assign some numbers.
I didn't think about characters.
Because most TV presenters, there's always something knobby about them.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, when I couldn't get my head out of daytime TV presenters or game show hosts, I just could not kind of get that out for my criteria.
That's a great shout.
The go-to thought waves.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Odds or evens, sir?
I'm going to go odds this
No
time.
worries.
actually,
Go on.
that will suffice. Keb's over here trying to call the shots again for a second week in a row, motherfucker.
I'm not. I offered leave a choice.
Yeah, I said I need to assign some numbers.
Remember, it's not our podcast.
Yeah,
Fair
remember.
point. Yeah, fair point. Okay. Got it. Well,
Remember
that's
whose
fine.
freezing cold damp garage you're sitting in, friend.
Probably the effect of my voice, actually. Like,
You thought it was all that hobo dick. It was sitting in here every week for 5 hours.
your dick.
Yeah, probably.
You should watch that shit.
That's why I watched it tonight, just to see if it makes a difference.
Wicked.
Okay, so I will assign odds and evens.
Ooh,
Okay.
evens.
Evens. It is me. So, yeah, as I said, I was struggling to not think of daytime TV presenters or like game show hosts, and this was also even harder in that I haven't watched TV for close to a decade. So
You don't miss much.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know who's on TV anymore and stuff like that.
I watch YouTube.
So often you see clips of stuff, don't you? Like, you know, when they swear on This Morning and whatever.
Yeah, like the viral stuff.
Yeah. So I kind of only really know like the fun bits. But yeah, my pick, and technically I really shouldn't because it was a UK presenter and they're Italian, is Gino D'Acampo.
You bastard. Absolute bastard.
Really? We got a double Gino.
Yeah, Gino as well. Yeah, and I'm no doubt for exactly the same reasons you're about to provide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant. It's
shout.
so good. Obviously, he is TV chef.
Yeah.
He does the cooking on This Morning where he's just hilarious.
Yeah.
A lot of it's just because he doesn't quite understand English.
Yeah, he doesn't understand innuendos and things.
Yeah, so he tries to make some like profound fucking like metaphor, and it's just
Although
if my mother was a bike,
I think a lot of them that come out as like innuendo, I think a lot of them are scripted. But they're like the grandmother being a bike one,
Yeah.
I think that one was genuinely him trying
I
to
don't
think
know,
of English words.
yeah, like he does get flustered,
Mm.
but what you see on TV tends to reflect who he actually is. So like if you watch, I don't know if you've ever watched the show where it's him, Gordon Ramsay, and some other dude, and they like go around America
Is
or
it
whatever.
Fred?
Yeah. And
Fred West.
he's pulling pranks on fucking
What?
Ramsay. Ramsay's just getting pissed off at him. It's just dead lovable.
Have you seen it when they get stuck in the camper van? Because Gino's driving, he drives it up an embankment.
Yeah.
And he's just got it stuck.
Have you seen the one where
Gordon Ramsay's like, you fucking idiots!
there's one where
Clown.
they went to California and they tried hash brownies for like the first time,
Brilliant.
and Gordon and Fred, had a nibble, and they were like, we'll get a little buzz. Like, it's fine, we're doing it for TV here. Fucking Gino eats basically like a tray of them. Like, it's fucking, like, polishes them off. And he's blasted. Literally, obviously, it takes ages to kick in. So they go off and start recording other stuff. And he was like halfway through doing like a challenge or something, and he just fucking went, and he was like, oh. And he was fucking completely battered. So baked. And they had to like carry him back into the caravan because he's just fucking like completely out of it.
Yeah, I've seen the ones where like he turns up pissed as well for half the stuff as well. When that's even better.
Yeah.
Pistol Gino's like ultimate Gino. That's his fucking imperial form. That is.
Yeah.
I think the genius pairing is whenever he's been on Celebrity Juice with Keith Lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you could tell that they must have such a giggle.
Yeah.
Like in between, like behind the scenes and all the rest of it, and in between takes.
Yeah.
Them two are just making each other crack up
Yeah.
constantly. I like that. I like that when you have wholesome people that are genuinely enjoying what they're doing. Like you can tell it comes through.
Not heard any bad stuff about him.
No, I don't know whether it's just my inherent racism or like just like his Italianness.
I was going to say, pissed off the Italians.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Against some Italians, but he just seems there's just an air of sleaziness to him. A slight air of
little bit,
sleaziness.
yeah.
Not like, oh, he's just going up feeling people's titties and going, Gino Di Campo.
He does
I don't know
know
any better.
he has the pick of the room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
right.
He's a good-looking dude, and he's smooth. But I
Full of
I
charisma,
imagine him more of a
Proper funny.
Bond sleaziness. You know, where it's like just a little bit cheeky.
Yeah.
Just a little cheeky flirt.
Yeah. Well, speaking of flirting, though, didn't he once show Holly Willoughby his bollock or something like that?
Oh, yeah. He was like, hey, look.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, he cooked naked on daytime TV, didn't he? He didn't like lose a bet.
Oh, yeah.
And he was
I
there
think
just
so.
literally just in an apron.
Fucking
Fucking Holly's prop.
ass out.
Yeah, Holly's proper blushing. And she's next to him and he's like, fucking slinging meat. Right.
He's definitely got some baloney between his legs.
Oh, yeah, you know he's packing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
got a lot
great.
going for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does seem really wholesome, like, you know,
Yeah.
and you don't never hear any like bad words about him. You know, he doesn't seem to be a dick.
Yeah.
I think he's a family man and all that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like-
When you hear him talking about his wife and stuff, you think there's no way he'd cheat on his wife.
No.
The way he talks about her,
Yeah.
like, he's got her on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
she's a goddess to him.
yeah, he-
So
Worships the ground she walks on.
yeah,
Yeah.
And he literally has the pick of the room. Any room. Like, literally any single room is like, yeah, you now.
he could swoon anyone.
Yeah.
He could
Yeah.
swoon me.
Yeah, I'd have a pap.
Yeah, I'd tickle him. So, well, this puts me in a predicament because obviously it's 2 against 1, but also
You've got some answers.
I am agreeing with your answer.
Yay.
So I'm going to disqualify myself because mine were characters and yours are actual television presenter.
Yeah, but also ours wasn't from the UK.
Oh, no, but he's,
Technically, he got his start in the UK. Though,
Yeah, he
as
did get his
in
fame.
regards of being a television personality.
Sorry, I've just remembered something as well, something quite good about him. Whose house was it he broke into? Do you remember? Didn't he break into, like, was it Paul Weller's house or something stupid like that? Or
Was that a live on air thing?
No. It was like when he was younger, like just before he was famous, like maybe 5
I
years
don't
before
know.
he was
Oh, I
famous.
don't know.
And apparently, yeah, he broke into someone's house or something like that.
Well, he's a cock then.
Well, at
Fucking
the same time, I don't know, you know.
burgling
I think I'll let
Italiano
him off that
motherfucker.
Yeah. One thing I think we can all agree on is that we're all glad that none of us picked Philip Schofield because he's a nonce. Also Anton Deck because they're just shit.
See, I quite like Anton Deck, but I wouldn't say they're the
did
best.
Like him.
They amuse me.
I'm not saying we don't deserve to be on telly, but
I only like it when they do
feel
the prank. You know, where they prank a celebrity.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, and they do the whole punked thing,
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like that.
but it's 2 Geordies.
Yeah, but then like kind of every dickhead tends to have like one thing that's pretty good. Like
yeah.
carpool karaoke is not that bad until James Corden starts singing. I'll throw that in
Fucking
there.
hate James Corden.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. For the vote, because last week, what was it?
the worst of all time. TV celeb,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but in
Biggest
stronger
cunt on
language.
telly.
And what did we decide on last week? Wasn't my one. I think mine was Terry Wogan, wasn't it?
Yours
Yeah,
was
it was
Terry
yours.
Wogan.
I've-
I went with Jamie Oliver. I think we all went with
Jamie Oliver, yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna say this week. Oh no,
No,
we can't change it.
No.
it was a dice roll. It was Joey Essex that won, weren't it?
Oh, that's
Oh,
right. Yeah. I
yeah.
forgot about
Oh yeah, we'll
Oh.
stick at that. Joey
Yeah.
Essex,
that. Tell you what, I saw-
fucking bell end.
weirdly enough, I saw a clip of him recently. I don't know why. It might be one of those. Is it the Mandela effect? We call it. No, that's something else. But
Mandem effect.
that's it. It was one of those ones where you start talking about something and randomly you'll see an advert or something associated with that. I got one of those Facebook.
So your
clips
phone was
crop up.
listening, yeah. Facebook
Yeah,
always
yeah,
listens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shouts out to Zuckerberg.
Why are you shouting out that fucking alien?
I'm just shouting out
He's got the
everyone.
worst fucking app in the world. I fucking hate Facebook.
Yeah, it is
As,
garbage.
as an app, it's fucking terrible. I hate the whole thing anyway. But whenever I try and use it for the podcast, right? So I log in to the Poo Finger Podcast Facebook page as Poo Finger Podcast.
I know
Put
what
the
it's going
post
to
up
do.
of the artwork, and then I'll switch to my regular profile so I can also share it on my personal profile. Every time I click that switch button, it comes up with a little picture of my profile picture of my personal profile. I click it, it just comes up loading, and it will not load.
Ah, I thought you were going to say something different. So what I used to find is I'd swap to my podcast page, do a whole promo thing, do a post with pictures or links and whatever.
Yeah.
I'll click post, and it won't post it on the podcast page. It'll post on my personal.
Oh, really?
So then I'd have to delete off that.
Oh,
go back.
yeah, there's that as well, yeah. Because
All the
ideally,
fucking time.
that's what I would do, is like just link up Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Yeah,
make one and just put it on everything. But instead,
because Facebook did let you do that.
yeah, well, TikTok lets you...
Business Suite.
Well, TikTok has a feature that you can share it straight to Instagram. So I was like,
Yeah.
cool, set that up so that I can at least do that. No, make a TikTok, upload it, and it'll say, please wait 1 second, I'll redirect you to Instagram. So it comes up with 4 options at the bottom for Instagram. And so I select the Poo Finger Podcast Instagram, at Poo Finger Pod, everyone listening. Follow us now, please. I'll select that. It'll load up Instagram, but it'll just load up the homepage. Doesn't give me any option to post what I've just posted on TikTok.
And Instagram's owned by Facebook.
Yeah. And so I've also got the option of put up a Facebook post it directly to Instagram. Exactly the same problem. Just sends you straight to the homepage. Doesn't give you a link or anything to add into a new post or anything like that. Doesn't just automatically post it onto your feed. What the fuck is I fucking hate social media so much. So every Friday morning, what I do is, my routine is, get up, get the girls breakfast, get them dressed, drive Rosie halfway to school, park up, walk the rest of the way, drop her off, walk back to the car. When I get to the car, roll a cigarette, upload the podcast to Anchor. So I've got to put in all the details there, all the description and all the episode, blah, 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 blah. And then once I've done that, I finish my cigarette, get in the car, do the Facebook onto the Poo Finger Podcast, have to copy and paste that on and reload Facebook to go onto my main profile to do that, and then load up TikTok, make a TikTok, post that, go onto Instagram, find the Poo Finger Pod Instagram page, and then upload find the TikTok that I've just uploaded and upload that as well. It's just such a fucking ball ache.
Yeah.
It's like, it shouldn't be so arduous to just put one post on 3 different platforms that are all owned by the same people. What is wrong with you all?
Yeah.
Fucking morons.
So use a Business Suite for Instagram and Facebook, because you can schedule them and you can either sync them together at the same time. It automatically will copy the text straight over. You literally just choose which account you want it to post to, one or the other or both, and so that will do it for that. I'm pretty decent with that. 'Cause I use it for
That
work.
sounds great. I guarantee you it would not work for me, because nothing ever does. When it comes to technology, I'll get something, I'm like, this is great, this does this is going to make my life so much easier by doing this one function that I need it to do, and it will never do it, ever, in the history of me buying anything. It's fucking irritating. Anyway.
To go back to the point you're making, when your phone listens to you, do you ever find that it listens to the most random shit? So like, most recent one is obviously had many conversations about stuff. We've talked about products and stuff. You think, oh, they're talking about, air fryers. Here's a Ninja. But instead, I've purely made a passing comment of, oh, Rob Halford from Judas Priest sang Jolene with Dolly Parton. To Jolene. So, So now all my Facebook is fucking Judas Priest news, Judas Priest merch. Rob Halford's on tour and all this stuff. Like, all the conversations I've had this week, that's the one thing you pick up on. It's this one little passing comment.
Weirdly enough, I get a lot of Dolly Parton content, but that is because I'm
horny.
subscribed or followed to her page. So yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with getting Dolly Parton content.
No,
She is an absolute angel.
Yeah.
Plus, Cam, that's your morning ritual, isn't it? Every day, woke up, jack off to Dolly.
Whilst listening to
dressed.
9 to 5.
I was going to say, when it comes to the kitchen, pour myself a good ambition.
That would have been the better joke than the rambling mess that I just spewed out.
6 out of 10 for effort.
So there we go. Greatest television personality of all time, Keith Lemon. To the American listeners, if you don't already know him, Google him. Google him and Celebrity Juice, YouTube, whatever you can find. The guy's hilarious.
And if you want some wholesome fun, check out Gino D'Acampo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot.
I was going to say, yeah.
We agree, Gino D'Acampo. Sorry. I had a brain fart.
Cam's corner, he sits in the corner with a finger up his bum.
Cam's corner, he's sitting in the corner with a finger up his bum. No harm done, he's gonna do your mum.
Very good. Right. So, this week I've got I've got 4 riddles, and I also have a multiple choice question.
Riddle me this.
Yes. Do you have a preference? Who wants to go first? Or shall I just ask it and one of you puts your hand up or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet. All right.
let's do that.
Ryan.
You have to say riddle me this before each riddle there.
Okay. I'll try and fit that in.
Okay.
Riddle me this.
Okay. Bring it on.
What sport has 4 letters and
What?
starts with a T? What sport has 4 letters and starts with a T?
Pass. Next riddle. Riddle me this.
Hang on.
Oh.
No, pass.
Thinking.
I don't know.
Do you want to come back to it?
Tent.
No. Do you want to come back to it? Or
Yeah, come back to it.
Okay. How excuse me. Riddle me this. How many apples grow on a tree?
A tree's worth of apples.
Okay.
I second that. A tree's worth.
Okay. do you want me to answer to that one now?
Yes, please. I like the answer to the first one as well.
Okay. The answer to this one is all of them. All apples grow on trees. You don't get an apple bush or picking underground apples.
Okay.
So yeah, the answer is all of them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
What's the first one?
All right. The answer to the first one. What sport has 4 letters and starts with a T?
Yeah, I
You
can't
didn't
think.
say riddle me this.
Oh, fuck me. All right. Riddle me that.
No, it's still this.
The answer to the first one is golf. Because you tee off. don't you?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
Got then.
What has happened? Okay, now come on, man. Please just let me be.
You're going to tell riddles. You've got to say riddle me this at the beginning. It's the rules.
All right. Riddle me this.
No.
What has hands but no fingers or arms?
A clock.
Yes, well done.
I was about a second behind you then.
A Batman.
To be fair, because you got there first.
Yeah,
And
I didn't say my answer, so
Yeah, sorry. Lastly,
Oh, you're still going. We've not done this shit yet.
one more.
Okay.
Riddle me this.
Hang on. Oh no, you did say it that time. Go. Go
Yeah,
for it.
They're loaded. Ready to fly one at me. Fuck me. Riddle me this. An ancient invention.
Riddle me this.
I will listen to D40. Riddle me this. An ancient invention that lets you see through walls but is still used today.
Windows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. I was
That's,
Yeah.
that's not even a riddle. That's just a question.
All right. A multiple choice. Right?
No. No multiple choice. We got to guess the riddle.
No, that's it.
Oh, is that it for
Yeah.
riddles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what are we on to now? Just a multiple choice
Yeah.
Yeah,
question.
just a multiple choice question.
A Kemp quiz,
And I'll
so
try
to
and let you
speak.
both answer before I fucking give any indication. Right. What was the first ever sale on eBay? Was it a cross-stitched picture of a cat for $7.51? You're looking on eBay right now. Oh, sorry, I thought I saw a phone light up or something. Was it a broken laser pointer for $14.83?
Yes.
Or was it a tea towel of the Shroud of Turin for $23.12?
it was the picture of the cat.
It was the laser pointer. Broken laser pointer.
Okay. The actual answer was a broken laser pointer.
Boom!
Well done, you.
Don't know why, it just jumped out at me. Okay.
What a historic sale.
Oh, you just got one multiple choice question?
That's it, yeah. I've been busy, man. I've been away for a couple of days.
Where have you been?
I've been in Nottingham.
Oh, you went for an evening.
I came back this morning. Oh, I got quite drunk for once. Yeah.
And he's poorly. Leave him alone.
Yeah. I'm not
Because your
actually
voice
got a bit
helps
of,
you right.
I've got a little bit of interaction, actually, with the participants of said.
Yeah, but they couldn't hear a fucking word you were saying. They're just like, who's this fucking gremlin?
He actually remembered my name, I'll have you know. And the other one has got an ornament that was from my garden, which is putting it in his garden. I'm very pleased with that.
So you should be, man.
Yeah.
Lifetime achievement.
It is for me, mate. It's a nice little victory.
Good for you, man.
Mm.
Is that it for Cap's Corner?
That's your lot.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, well done to Wayne. You got 3 questions right?
All of them.
Not all of them.
I got all of them right. Clean sweep.
I was too slow.
It's because I didn't have my hash blend this week. My mind's almost as sharp as it should be. Almost. Slightly dulled.
So, yeah, well done to Wayne.
Where's the fiver? Where's the fiver at?
I got no fivers.
You did last week.
Yeah, last week because I found a fiver on the way here. If that's it, probably.
10 quid this week.
No.
Oh. 10 quid next week. To the winner.
No. I'll tell you what, I think I have first dibs on the Bramley apple pies I bought.
I'm good, thanks, man. Watching my figure.
I'll have one in a minute, though.
Oh, yeah, dig 'em. Shout out to Mr. Kibling.
Friend of the show.
Not a sponsor.
America, fuck yeah. We ask some Yanks about the motherfucking country.
Now it is time for Ask a Yank. Do you like that? That was my American accent. You guys couldn't even tell.
6.5 out of 10.
So it's that time again.
That's going to be like my trigger number now.
Inside joke there.
So it's that time again where we ask our American brothers across the pond what life is like in America in real life, as opposed to what we see in movies and TV shows and shit. So, this is to... Our questions are posed to Doc and Mex of the Hoof-Hearted Podcast. Couple of dudes living across the pond.
Hey.
Answering our questions and shit. So the question for this week is it confusing adding tax on stuff when you go to pay? Like if you just go to the store for a can of Coke and some smokes, do you ever get caught out by the tax and not have enough cash? I did when I was in America. It's confusing. Just have the tax already on there.
Yeah.
But, living there and having to do that every single day, is it just like second nature that you go, well, this thing's $1, but your brain automatically calculates it's like $1.20 or whatever the tax is on it.
Interesting.
I wonder.
So that shit don't happen here.
No. We just look at the ticket and it says £1 and I'll go, here's my pound, thank you, sir.
Unless you're in Costco, but then it has the 2 prices on it. It tells you what it is with tax at the bottom of the ticket.
Yeah. So either way, you've not got to do any maths when you go to buy something.
Enough of a mission having to go out shopping.
Do you want to answer first? Like, have you ever been like, oh shit, man, that's how much for tax? I ain't got enough money.
No, because I don't really keep cash. I don't carry cash on me too much.
Okay.
So I always have a card.
Yeah, but do you always have enough money in your account?
Yeah.
Okay, well then you've obviously never struggled. So you're a privileged person, and I don't want to talk to you anymore. No. Nah, dude, I bounced a check at my work, right? I worked at Arby's and I had never had a checking account before. And I was terrible at keeping a balance. And I bought myself a sandwich, and it was like, the sandwich was like, I had a check that I paid for my hamburger or my sandwich. They don't have hamburgers there, but paid for a sandwich. It was like $3.32, and then after paying for the bounce check and all this other shit, it was the sandwich ended up costing me like $40.
Fuck.
Yeah, fucking dumb. And the thing is, though, is it wasn't even the tax that got me. It was just not having enough money in my account. But I was living in a small town where the bank was only open Monday through Friday, and it was open from like noon to 4. So like it was only open when I was working. So I'm like, when the fuck am I supposed to go down there to check this stuff? When am I supposed to go down there to take care of things? Like, fuck. Man. Yeah, so I had to change banks. I finally found one that was open on a Saturday. But yeah, what do you say?
Well, because I never used checks. So like, where's checks like they were like credit cards, right? For a minute. Like people use that shit like
dude, everybody used checks, man. And what it was
like,
is
just like regular purchases, right?
Yeah, I mean it worked like cash.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, okay, here's the thing. It was so much actually it didn't work like cash, cuz if you had cash, then that's how much money you had. A check it had to be cleared, right? So you could technically have a fake account and then pay for something with the check, and then they would have no idea. So people would have fake accounts and commit check fraud all the fucking time. So yeah, no, it was a mess. Credit cards are better. They're quicker to verify. So everybody started to drop the checks. The only people that use checks nowadays are old people getting groceries. So. And they fucking take forever. And they got 100,000 coupons for shit.
And I was going to say, most people that use cash nowadays just use it for drugs. So it's not taxed. So for that, boys at Poo Finger, we don't tax drugs.
Yeah, illegal drugs.
Illegal drugs.
Yeah.
The good shit.
Yeah, the good shit.
You can cut the illegal part out. No one's supposed to know that.
Fuck that. No, it's staying in. But, well, we need to clarify. But as far as taxes go, like, have I ever been caught off guard? Like, early on, like, when I was younger, yeah. Like, when I used to deliver pizzas, like, that was my first job, was delivering pizzas, and I'd have all sorts of cash on me all the time. And then, like, I'd go to McDonald's or something, and I'd have, like, $3. And then I'd order something, and I'm like, okay, like the total, it comes out to like $2.50, and I'm like, sweet, I got enough, or it would come out to like $2.89 or $2.99, right? And I'm like, sweet, I got enough, and then tax would come, and then I didn't have enough. Well, now I'm scrounging for some change in my car, so yeah, it happened, but the other thing too, though, is like, he said like going out for what was it? Like he said, a can of Coke and smokes. The thing about that is, so, you see the price of a pack of smokes is $8.50, and then the price for a can of Coke is 99 cents. So you're thinking, okay, well, if I have, $9 I should be, or if I have $10 I should be okay. But the problem is that both of those things are going to get taxed, like for the state tax, and then a can is going to end up getting charged for the recycle tax that they have, and then the smokes are going to get taxed again. So like smokes get taxed twice, I believe, yeah, or whatever. I don't know. The state tax.
I think that's why the price goes up.
Yeah, the state tax on smokes is ridiculous. So certain items are taxed more, like tobacco, and then each city has a certain amount of tax that they add on to it. So The problem really isn't that you get caught off guard by tax itself, because, it's just something that we're all used to.
Yeah.
Where you get caught off guard is when you go, like, when you're traveling, you're out of town, and then you see, like, the tax is more than what you're used to. So, yeah, it does suck, and it's fucking dumb that they don't include the price, but they don't include the tax in the price, but it changes from like city to city. So, like, our tax here is going to be different than the tax in, like, Northern California, because the taxes are supposed to go to, like, the city and help it, like, with infrastructure and all that stuff, which is all bullshit, but I'm not getting into that. But, it's like, it just doesn't, it's, I guess basically what I do is I just expect it to be, if I'm spending a certain amount of money, I know that I need to have a little bit more than what it says. So I'm just not caught off guard. Really the only time that I'm really caught off guard is when I buy a car, because I'm like, holy fuck, man, that's, $3,000 in taxes. And you're like, okay, well, I'm financing the whole thing anyway, so just tack it onto that.
Yeah.
So that's the part that sucks. And the thing that sucks, like, big time, though, about buying a car is, like, then you say, okay, well, I'm going to go to Nevada where they don't have a state tax. Okay, cool. Well, you go ahead and you buy the car in Nevada, you come back to California, you have to pay the California state tax on that fucking car, even though you bought it in another state.
Yeah, because you live here.
Yeah. So the only way that you could really get away with not having to pay the tax on it is if you have a residence in that state that doesn't have state taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
Nah. Didn't we go to war over that?
That was taxation without representation. And I'm sure that the
I was gonna say, who were we choosing? Oh wait, yeah.
yeah. I'm sure they'll be happy that we brought that up. But I'm sure that they have their opinions on that too, or maybe not.
Well, I was gonna ask, why Coke? Why don't you ask a tea or something?
Oh yeah, well, I asked those questions, so, and they'll give us their answers for those. Yeah, taxes suck.
Interesting.
So there you go. That answers that one.
Another conundrum solved.
Every day's a school day.
I just read it on Reddit, mate.
Got some Reddit on Reddits. Before I took a shower, I was sitting on the toilet taking a big shit. Like, there was a lot, but it had a clean wipe, so I thought I was good to go get in the shower. So I did. Next thing you know, I started feeling a disturbance of the force. I just assumed it was gas. I was under the assumption that since I had a successful shit before the shower, there was no way there could be anything more. So, I half squatted and let it go. A whole fucking other log slammed into my shower floor and pancaked into a pile. I had no idea what to do. I wasn't going to touch it with my hands. So I cupped my hands together to catch the stream of water coming out the shower head and tried to jet it at the pile of poo in the hope that I could wash it down the drain. It took forever and I ended up clogging the shower drain.
At least they didn't go for the waffle stomp.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't just pick it up. They're in the shower. They're already getting washed. Just pick the poop up. Just put it in the toilet. Just wash your hands afterwards in the shower. Moron. My friends and I were messing around with airsoft guns in his backyard. I got hit with this impending urge to poop. It was so bad that I was groaning and running away towards the bathroom. One of my friends decides to shoot me with an airsoft gun as I ran. He nailed me right in the ass, and I shit my pants instantly.
Very good.
Oh, hit with an airsoft gun. It hurts.
Yeah.
Let's shoot a log house in retaliation. My boyfriend and I were sitting on his couch watching TV and he kept farting really smelly, gross farts. I was complaining but also making fun of him, trying to get him to pause the show and go to the bathroom. Finally, he relented and got up to go. When he was halfway up the stairs, I figured I'd fart really loud fart to tease him. Except karma got the better of me, and I sharted the wettest, grossest mess in my pants. Karma is a bitch, people. Have you ever done a revenge fart and shat your pants?
No.
I have. In America. Fuck yeah! So
Freedom shit.
Yeah.
I on my first trip to Florida, we stayed in a villa. Me, my mother, my papa, my two brosifs, my younger bros. I was 16 at the time, and we bought loads of groceries at Walmart. And we were there for 2 weeks in this villa in Kissimmee, in Florida. Yeah, so we had this bottle of fruit punch. And I don't know if you've had American drinks in actual America, but they're very sugary and contain lots of things I don't understand. And my mum, one morning, we're going to go to a flea market. And so my mum goes, "Oh, Wayne, some fruit punch in the fridge needs drinking up." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I opened the fridge and it was a full, 2-litre bottle of punch. And I was like, "What, it needs finishing?" All right then. So I necked it. I drank this whole bottle of fruit punch. And my mum said, "Oh, where's the fruit punch?" So I drank it. She's like, "All of it?" I said, "Yeah, you said it needed drinking up." She went, "No, I meant to share between the entire family." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, it's gone now. Anyway, let's go to the flea market." Off we go. We go to Ponderosa, go get some breakfast, get to the flea market, and walking round. At one point, I don't know if you've ever been to an American flea market.
No.
They're insane. They're just basically gigantic tent markets or barns that have got makeshift stalls in, where people just sell Colville coats and shit, with the foxes, the wolves on the back and the tigers and the most garish prints you can possibly find. It's all that kind of shit, and knives and illegal things. And so we're walking around looking at all this tat, and my mum rips a little fart and instantly just turns around and says, "Oh, who was that? Oh, who was that?" Oh, giggling, and I was just like, that was funny. So I brew one up, walk up alongside my ma, think I'm just gonna do a little toot, blame it on her, run away. So I walk up, cock the leg, tilt the anus in just the right angle to give her a full gust, push that fart out, just sharted so hard. It was so bad. And I was just like, oh no, just the sound. My mum just instantly was like, "You haven't." I was like, "I have." She was like, "You haven't." I was like, "Oh, I really have, and it's really bad." She was like, "That absolutely reeks. That smells so bad." My mum started laughing so hard she was crying. She was like, "What are you going to do?" I was like, "I need to go to the toilet." So I went and found this horrible toilet and just pulled my trousers down and it just sharted straight through the boxers onto the jeans. I was like, "Oh, fuck's sake." It was all down my legs. It was such a mess. It took me ages to clean up. I was in there for 20 minutes. Cleaning myself up, and then I heard the door go, and I was like, "Oh fuck, who's this?" Just turned out it was just my dad. Who's like, "Wait, are you alright in there?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Why not?" I was like, "There's shit everywhere." It's like, "Do you need a hand?" I was like, "No." It's far too embarrassing. Just leave me to it. So I just don't know what to do with my boxers. And he took them. My auntie came with us, my auntie Anne. She funded the operation. And she was like, "Oh, where's your boxers?" I was like, "Just chuck them in the bin." Just they're destroyed. They're absolutely atomised by this fucking liquid lava shit that shot out of me. And she was like, "No, you can't get rid of them. We'll wash them and clean them up. It'll be fine." She rolled up my boxer shorts
Covered in
and put
shit.
them in her purse, put them in her handbag, and carried them around with her for the rest of the day.
Fucking hell. In Florida heat as well.
It was fucking great. Just a stink of shit following us around everywhere.
Brutal.
But yeah, so
Oh, look, it's you as well.
yeah, never trust a fart, man.
Gamble you're lost.
I don't know if you guys listened to the Hoof-Hearted podcast this week, the latest one.
No.
But we got a shout out by Doc and Max.
No, I'm on the week before.
Yeah, well, they were.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, it was on their accidents episode, and ultimately got onto poopy accidents. And so we got a shout out. So thanks for that, guys. Glad you thought of us when you were telling some poop jokes and poop stories.
Yeah.
But, listeners, check out the the Hoof-Hearted podcast. So there you have it, another mighty fine episode of the Poo Finger Podcast. For everyone that's listened so far, thank you very much, and I hope you're enjoying what you're hearing. We've been enjoying doing it. We've not got bored yet, which is a good sign. Stay tuned. Follow us on all the socials at Poo Finger Pod. Send us some emails, poofingerpod@gmail.com. No, poofingerpodcast@gmail.com. Sorry. Yeah, we'd like to know what you think. We'd like to hear your thoughts and feelings about what you've heard so far. What do you like? What do you not like? Maybe you don't like the fact Kempin has pubes stuck on his chin, posing as a beard. Tune in next week for more Poo Finger Podcast.
See you later, guys and girls.
And everyone in between.
Whatever you may be, feel free to listen to the PFP. Bye.
I can't remember when I've had a more pleasant day.